Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Untapped Podcast. My name is Jacob Gabel.
And my name is Jacob Wurtz. Guys, welcome to episode number 21 of Season 3. If this is your first time joining us for the Untapped Podcast, first of all, thank you and welcome. We are thrilled to have you here with us. We've actually got 5 main formats of our show. So first, we have Forging Fortitude episodes. That is what we had in our last one. In these episodes, we cover everything to do with the mental side of our brand. Okay, we cover a lot of our anecdotal experience with mindset and mentality, and we pass on tips to you guys to then apply to your own life. Next, we have Physical Vitality episodes. In these episodes, we really get to showcase our expertise. Okay, you have 2 certified personal trainers here who are actively training. In these episodes, we cover the gym, nutrition, diet, workouts, workout programs like 75 Hard, outdoor workouts, things of that nature. We also sometimes will find things that are trending within the fitness industry, and we go over those, again, showcasing our expertise.
Yes, sir. Format number 3, ladies and gentlemen, is our breaking news format. Now, that's what we have for you today. It is a breaking news and or current event-based type of format. We go over articles, like Wurtz just said with Physical Vitality there, but the articles are more based on current events and current things going on in the world. We break those down, and we also give our opinions on the subjects, where we're going in this world, how we kind of turn around the ship, because we know we're headed the wrong way right now. We want to turn that ship around. Our 4th format, ladies and gentlemen, is our Knights Table format. Now, that is a masculinity-based format. Keep in mind here, though, I'm 25, Wurtz is 24, and Mitchell is 23. So, because of that, we are bringing you on the journey of becoming a masculine man. We're still young, but we want to encourage masculinity in this current culture. We really think, honestly, that is one of the top things we need to focus on when it comes to personal excellence and turning this country around, and we love talking about those episodes.
Without a doubt.
5th format is our guest format, ladies and gents. Now, that is when we bring on somebody that's professional in their field. Could be an entrepreneur, could be a fitness professional, could be somebody that just has an inspiring story, like we had with Mr. JT Thomas in Season 3, Episode 18. That was our last guest episode. Those are a lot of fun. We learn a lot of things in those episodes, too.
Yes, we do.
Our last thing to introduce is our producer and my brother, Mitchell Gabel.
Yo.
Money Mitch.
Always a lot of energy over there.
Just tons of energy. Yeah. He probably just gets so tired of the amount of takes that we have to get this podcast going.
I would imagine he gets a little bit tired of it.
Yeah.
He likes to wear his emotions on his face and his body. So
What does that even mean?
I don't know either.
It means you showcase your frustration very
On
obviously.
my body? Like what? Do I walk over?
Freaking Hunchback of Notre Dame
like
over
what?
there or something. Yeah.
Maybe your voice is a better way to say that then. Maybe that's it.
Are you sick today?
No.
Sure. Wearing a lot of green.
That's so cheesy.
I'm an operator.
Yeah, he's got the hype beast hat on. It's he definitely tore it during battle. That's when those rips in the hat happened.
Yep.
100%.
Going to the mall.
That's going to the mall.
Mall.
Oh my god.
It's like that Eli guy that had to put down the mass shooter in Indiana. Remember that?
Yeah. I do remember that.
Dick and drill.
So
The Eli Dickens drill, baby.
don't laugh. Don't.
Totally not a funny last name.
So I noticed, Gable. I noticed that you've got the glasses on already here.
I had a feeling this is what you were going to bring up.
Yeah. We haven't even really said anything yet. But
No.
But because of what we have said to this point, do you believe that this podcast is just a conspiracy theory?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
For sure. Most of what we talk about is, has not come true.
Well, sure. And,
Yeah.
when we're trying to encourage people to, change their lives, like,
Right.
obviously we don't actually mean that because that would be
yeah.
counterintuitive.
And personal excellence is actually a very right-wing thing to talk about. It's very much so like
it's an extremist.
it's toxically masculine.
Yeah,
it's domestic terrorist. Yeah.
Yeah.
So making yourself better as a human being is actually a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just to clarify for those of you
Yes.
that didn't know.
Yes, without a doubt.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Well, and, those just lead to people becoming stronger physically and mentally. And I mean, honestly, we just can't have that.
We can't have people being better.
No. Oh, my. Dude,
That would be rough.
that would be terrible.
Yeah. What a horrible turn our country would take
Exactly.
if everybody was, perfect.
Right. Or just, attempting to be better, which is exactly why, guys, this is exactly why you should comply this time around.
Yes. Yeah. With the with the new COVID stuff.
Psych!
Yeah, psych! We lied. Yeah. We had to blow out your speakers real quick with that one. You should not comply with anything the government tells you to do because
Seriously.
they have no idea what they're talking
They
about.
have no
ever.
idea. No idea. My goodness.
Or I guess they do, but they just want the best for themselves.
Do they know? I mean, well, before we started, we talked about how Obungo was successful with 2 of his policies. Maybe we can throw that picture in there.
Maybe
of Obama, but we're gonna stick with Obungo. I think, 'cause that is just
with
freaking
Mike's
hilarious.
husband.
He was successful with a lot of things. He got calorie counts on menus. What was the other one he did with the ADA here?
Oh yeah. He put in ADA compliant things for business. So
Yes.
That is a good thing.
For disabled people to have ramps and stuff, and wheelchairs.
Be able to access buildings easily.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if we just stopped there, he was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, public speaker 3. That's good.
Oh yeah,
3
he
good
was
things.
a good public speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really policy though, but but
I was trying to give him something.
he's 3 for 3 as a president.
Yeah,
so
100%.
honestly, let's just stop there because that's what CNN would do.
Yep.
Where you just
treats his chefs super well.
Oh man, I gotta get him.
Yeah,
on
you
that
got to
too.
put the glass on for that one.
I agree. Okay, now I
Yeah.
can take him off.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So guys, in case you didn't know yet, we are going to talk about COVID 2.0 here and why we absolutely cannot, should not, and will not comply with any of this shit that they're going to try and do again. Okay. So a lot of you, maybe you've seen this video, maybe you haven't, but a video from InfoWars, which is obviously Alex Jones, came out from actually when was that actually recorded?
It was, what is it, 25th now today? I believe it was mid-August, so about 15th to 20th, somewhere in there, around that time.
Yeah, so
is when
very
this came
recently.
out. Yeah.
But it's really surfaced, it feels like this week.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And I think a lot of people are saying that's the only thing that's come out that's indicated
Sure.
that COVID 2.0 is trying to come around, but that's not true.
No.
As we know, they're trying to push a new variant in
Right.
Canada, and that's been a big thing. They're already saying it's in the U.S. apparently.
Yeah.
New, as we'll talk about, new COVID regulations are starting to be put into place and into writing in a lot of either news articles and or on policies on like the White House policy and whatnot. So as we know, this is a thing.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. And again, why do we talk about the vaccine so much? Why do we talk about masks so much in a lot of our episodes, for that matter? We'll make a comment on it, whatever. Why have we not let that go?
Because we can't.
Because this is the reason right here.
Exactly.
Because we knew it set a precedent, and we knew it likely would lead to something like this.
We knew they would try again, without a doubt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought Mitchell had something to say. He
Yeah.
was moving the mic over there, but didn't want to join in, apparently. That's okay.
No, that's exactly why, though, because we cannot forget what happened from 2020 till 22, 23.
Realistically, yeah.
22,
22, 23.
It's not so much around right now, for the most
Or
part.
at least they've told us it's not.
Well,
yeah.
sure. But the past 3 or 4 years, we cannot forget. We cannot forget, and there has to be accountability. And the only way we get there, guys, is when they try this again, you do not go along with it, okay? A lot of people were played the first time around, okay? It was very easy to go along. It was very easy to believe it. It was very easy to be scared. Fear is the number one thing that people will use against you, okay? If they can trigger fear in you, they can do whatever they want.
And a docile population. For that
as
matter.
well, yes.
Because they've sedated us as a population for the last at least 50 plus years.
Yeah.
Realistically, probably since after World War II, because of communist infiltration, that type of stuff.
Right.
That we ended up bringing a lot of scientists over from not only Germany but also communist Russia at the time.
Right.
And that ended up leading to a lot of the snowball effects of what we're going to be talking about and when it's leading us here.
Yeah.
And guys, here's the thing. Here's why we say no to a tyrannical government and, for that matter, a very bloated government. At minimum, even if we ignore the tyrannical steps they've taken with draconian lockdowns, that type of stuff, we can go back to the CIA admitted that they killed a sitting president, that they assassinated a sitting president. So that's one sign that a government does not care about its citizens. Is a very popular president in JFK, a very overall logical president. Now, I'm not talking about his morals, obviously, and the stuff he did behind closed doors and whatnot. Not talking about that, but a very well-liked president and one who wanted to abolish the CIA and wanted to abolish a lot of three-letter agencies.
And was open about that, too.
Very open about it.
Yeah.
And that probably is what got him killed.
Oh, without a doubt.
More than likely. Now, if you're a person of color, aka a black person listening, Tuskegee experiments. are another good example of this. They experimented with syphilis on Black Americans. And this was those in the military at the time. So those are just two small examples of a government that does not care about its people.
Throw 9/11 in there.
Throw 9/11 in there.
You know?
Throw the AIDS issue when Fauci was pushing that
Right.
and all that. And how there's a lot of stuff surrounding that is very questionable as well.
Yeah.
Around the AIDS epidemic at the time in the 80s, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Throw Ronald Reagan in. And him, because he didn't want the Black Panthers, a.k.a. Malcolm X's group,
Right.
to have firearms, he ended up pushing the NFA, a.k.a. the National Firearms Act, which ended up taking away automatic weapons from the citizens in this country. So even a president who is revered a lot of the times in Ronald
Most
Reagan,
popular president of
literally,
all time.
by elections, by far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He even made decisions that have pushed us closer to tyranny.
Sure.
So all of this loops back into why we're talking about this, guys, and why we really think this government does not give a shit about its citizens, even in the slightest. Why we really believe that we will never trust this current government until accountability is had, until the people that perpetrated this are on a chopping block, literally and metaphorically.
Yes. I was going to say very literally.
Yep.
Yeah, no, 100%, dude. I don't disagree with anything you said there. It's just this coming election season, because it's about to start. You know, we're a little bit over a year away.
They had debates. Was it last night or the night before that?
First Republican debate
Yep.
was that last night? So we're recording on Friday the 25th, guys. I want to say it was I think it was last night.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think it was last night. Obviously, Trump was not there because he was busy taking a mugshot.
He was also busy getting interviewed by Mr. Tucker Carlson.
Yeah,
You
that's
see how many
it.
views that got?
Oh yeah. In the first like 10 minutes, it was crazy.
It's already over 160 million views right now.
I know.
The
It's
next
insane.
closest interview, 90 million.
Bro, that's half of the country right there. Like almost on the dot.
Yep.
Crazy. It's crazy.
But again,
But he lost the election.
he lost the election.
Yeah. No, without a doubt. Yeah. It was a very fair election.
Mhm.
Very, very fair. There was, let's go ahead and get the glasses on. There was no foul play.
None.
Yeah. Well, actually, I guess I should say that without the glasses. And
Well,
then put the glasses on.
not to
and
mention
say-
we still have participants in January 6th still in jail right now.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Without any charges, by the way. They're just being held.
Right. Okay.
What's going on with the glasses over here?
Putting them on now. There was foul play. Obviously, it was not a fair election.
Right.
The current president we have is illegitimate, decrepit, is a corpse. He's also not running the country. It's not like he's making any decisions.
I'm sorry, bro. I laugh so hard whenever we basically call Joe Biden a decrepit corpse, because I still imagine him just ripping one in front of the Pope. We talked about that in one of the episodes.
Is there any worse thing to do in front of the Pope?
Well,
it'd be funny.
Other than saying you're not black if you don't vote for me.
You ain't black if you don't vote for me.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, that is rough.
That's pretty
no,
racist.
but I mean just in front of the Pope.
Oh, in front
Is
of the
there
Pope in
anything
general. I mean, there is, but there's definitely certain things.
All right, I saw your eyes. Yes, I know what you're alluding to. I don't know. That's tough.
But if we're talking overall, yeah, it's pretty up there.
You just dirty your pants in front of the Pope.
I mean, overall, filling your drawers in front of anyone is like the worst case scenario.
Yeah, that's immediate humiliation. But like
if you're shaking,
if we did that in front of each other, we can laugh about it.
completely
Yeah,
different.
but it's still embarrassing.
Oh, without a doubt.
You're still shaking a cedar log out of your pants. I mean, and for all we know, it could.
No shot. You just said shaking a cedar log
Just
out of your
let one
pants.
plop out of your
For all,
drawers.
for all we know, he had a depends on. I mean,
I mean, more than
I hope so.
likely, yeah. Is that no? Now, imagine this. Imagine you're on a first date with a girl and you rip ass. Is that worse than what Biden did with the Pope?
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't think. I was gonna say no too,
No.
but
Like
but
that's
still
the Pope, bro.
still pretty bad dude on a first date
Like,
though.
Pope Francis was. What is that?
Joe, that smells like death. Damn, dude.
What if the Pope actually said that? Damn, dude. That's crazy, dude. Oh my gosh. If you guys didn't come here to listen to funny stuff, then I don't know what you're
Then you're on
doing
the
here.
wrong podcast because we find our humor extremely funny.
I mean,
And according to feedback, we're decently funny.
decently.
At least decently.
I'll give ourselves decently.
according
yes.
to feedback, but
Of course.
we could be wrong.
Could be bots.
Yeah. It could be bots. Yeah. Some of our good friends could definitely be bots.
They could be hacked. You
Yeah,
never know,
for
dude.
all we know, they're NPCs.
Yeah, probably. Love you, boys.
Sorry, boys. You're not NPCs. We know it. JT's like, I'm an NPC? Come on. Damn it.
This kidney
But-
transplant was fake. It's bullshit.
Oh, man,
That's
dude.
too funny, man.
That is awesome.
That's too funny.
But again, guys, the reason we're even getting into this is because, so honestly, on my end, I've seen a lot of blowback on Twitter, on all the social media platforms. But again, my algorithm is curated a certain way.
Yeah.
So I don't really know, because truthfully, I told Wurtz this. At the grocery store, I saw a guy double masked up in front of me. And I stood pretty close to him, so he probably wasn't very happy about this non 6 feet stuff. But
quick sneeze on
yeah.
his selection. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, sir. Didn't mean to do that. But I mean, he was double masked up. So
Well, he's protecting you.
well, here's my issue though. Whenever I see people that are still double masking at this point in time or wearing masks in their car, because there was that poll that came out that, what was it, over 40% of Democrats were all about sending people to camps that didn't comply with the vaccine.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact number, but it was
So-
certainly a higher percentage than what you would like.
When you go back through media videos that basically said the unvaccinated are murderers, the unvaccinated are causing all this, the people that don't wear masks are causing all these issues, the people that don't social distance that are actually still going to family gatherings and going to see their loved ones when they're about to die,
Yeah.
or they're going to watch their wife give birth
Right.
and whatnot, because that happened.
Oh, yeah.
People were literally locked out of hospital rooms when
Oh, yeah.
their grandma and grandpa were dying, or their wife was giving birth, that type of stuff. Which I can tell you right now, if I was married,
Yeah, get out of my way.
it's you're gonna have to bring Will Bates in to hold me down. Otherwise, I'm going through everybody else. It's not gonna be good. But so this is the reason we continue to talk about this, guys, because we told you this was likely to happen again. We told you the precedent was there.
Yes.
Because again, the lockdowns turned into just 2 weeks to slow the spread
Right.
to, in a lot of places, up to 3 months.
Yeah.
In Australia, it was like a year.
Literally. Yeah.
Canada, it was somewhere around there too. Canada, they're basically, Trudeau is like, what are we going to do about these people?
What are we going to do with these people?
We're
We're talking about the unvaccinated.
Oh yeah.
What are you going to do, pal?
What are you going to do, Trudeau? By the way,
Yeah.
you pussy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That dude has the least bit of testosterone in any man I've ever seen in my life, and you wonder why we're in the position we're in.
I think he's Fidel Castro. He looks like Fidel Castro. Look at the side by side. Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's actually a real conspiracy that he's Fidel Castro's son.
I'm sorry, Mitchell. You don't have glasses on.
It's okay. I'm an operator.
He's protected.
He's got the hat on,
Yep.
the ripped hat. He's okay. He's been to CQB operations.
Can you name what CQB is?
Close quarters combat.
Man,
Combat? For
yeah, that
B?
was weird. Close quarters battle, Mitchell.
Battle.
That's technically what it is.
I've been exposed.
By the way, we're gonna have to turn
I'm
his
an
volume up on that
I'm an
section right
operator.
there. Saying that about as soft as hell over there. But the point of the matter is, what's scary about this is because we're actually considering Alex Jones now to be. People aren't writing off Alex Jones anymore. We used to write him off all the time, right? He's had his
thought he was crazy.
controversies. Yeah, and he said like the frogs were gay and all that because the water was turning them gay
which,
and all
like,
that. Which actually, it's showing that male
was.
frogs are developing feminine tendencies and feminine parts, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That actually came true with astrazine and all that. So whole thing there. But again, it's not even just the Alex Jones things, guys. We're seeing, independent saying that, should we bring masks back? Should mask requirements come back? And now we're seeing a lot of, like we said, a lot of government agencies putting new policies in, like the CDC and the White House, saying be vigilant for the new season. Consider wearing a mask again. Considering getting that next booster again. They're pushing it pretty hard. It's showing up on everything these days.
Yep.
So we know something's in the works. Whether or not Jones is right on his timing, because he said mid-September.
Well, we didn't even
break that down.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, what was it? Mid-September is TSA employees and airline employees. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he had a TSA agent call him after a meeting that the TSA agent
The managers, yep.
had. And so this whistleblower called him. They talked. Then after they talked or met, actually, I think they met in person. They
Yes.
did. Because it was like funny the way he said, I got coffee with him. You know, his voice.
It's just
funny.
Alex. Yeah, it's Alex.
Yeah.
Is just a funny dude, honestly.
Yes.
That's why it's hard to take him seriously sometimes.
It can be, without a doubt. But meets with the TSA agent and then calls up one federal connection. They don't answer, he said. Calls a second one. They answer. And this person has something to do with Border Patrol.
Yeah,
Obviously,
somewhere in the management of the Border Patrol. Yeah.
Obviously, he didn't go into great detail because he can't. But this person with Border Patrol, and what the TSA agent told Alex was mid-September, like you were saying there, the TSA and airport employees would be wearing masks. Then mid-October, anyone that is flying, so essentially the entire airport is going to be masked up.
Yep.
And then by December, full-blown 2020, 2021 type lockdowns. And so then he brought this to his Border Patrol whistleblower, and he said, that's exactly what we were told as well.
Yep. And he said the Border Patrol Connect also said that they were going to begin testing at the border.
Oh, yep.
Very soon as well.
Yeah.
Anybody that came into the country, which again, they'll let the Chinese nationals in. They'll let the
deny
male
everybody.
cartel members in and whatnot, but everybody else will stop at the border and test them and all that, of course.
Right.
It's not likely they'll have to be vaccinated coming in,
Of course not.
which, we don't believe in the vaccine, but of course, their hypocrisy shows. It showed at the border the whole time during COVID,
entire
too.
time. Yeah.
As we talked about in a previous episode, too. That one I don't exactly remember, but what number it is, I should say.
Yeah.
But basically, this was said, and a lot of stuff after this video came out from Alex, guys, was, again, lining up with that. A lot of new things are starting to get pushed. They're talking about this new variant that supposedly more deadly than the original COVID-19 and original other 30 Optimus Prime variants that they came out with or whatever it was.
Optimus Prime.
Lockdown, that sick-ass character from Transformers. Badass. But again, so they released 25 or so variants during the time of 2020 to 23. And then they're saying this new one is supposed to be really deadly. Now we move off of that because, again, in December, I believe they said they're planning to bring back full-blown COVID lockdowns, mask mandates everywhere.
Yeah. Well, and talk about that new variant. That's with SEERS. But
So,
talk about
the
that.
new variant is this one, the new variant. So what we're seeing, the new variant is still COVID related is what they're saying.
Sure.
Yep. Mitchell just hit his head over there. That was cool. But this new COVID variant is only COVID related. So more than likely, this is going to be a test. Is what's going to happen. Now, what was interesting is about 6-7 months ago. I don't know the exact timeline. You can look this up, guys, when we discuss it. But it's the SEERS virus. It's SEERS. Now, this is not an actual pandemic yet. Again, watch my fingers with the quotes here. Because they ran a test, the WHO did, and world leaders around the disease and epidemiology fields ran this test where...
In like a simulation.
In a simulation,
Yeah.
Yes. Not on actual people.
Right.
Well, from what we know.
For
at
all
least.
we know.
For all we know. Again, biolabs and all that stuff.
That's glasses.
Ukraine, that's also
Yeah.
glasses. But, so they ran... So guys...
Ukraine.
Well, yeah. Apparently biolabs in Ukraine. That's why Russia's so pissed off.
I'm just so glad we're sending more money now.
I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But Event 201 is the OG... simulation they ran, and I believe it was 2019. Bill Gates talked about a new pandemic in 2017.
Gosh, I love that
He's
guy.
super cool guy. Definitely has no ill will for the population. at all.
No,
definitely.
No. He just owns all the farmland.
He just owns all the
That's good.
farmland and releases, bile enhanced mosquitoes on
and
Florida and Louisiana. And
exactly.
Stuff like that.
Messes with the chicken and stuff rather than just using all of that farmland to, produce natural chicken and, stuff that's good for us to eat.
Yep, real whole food.
Yeah.
Keep the farms that don't inject a bunch of pesticides and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But so Bill Gates back in 2017 basically talked about a new pandemic and being prepared for that. So he was already hinting at this because he's an evil bastard. And then in 2019 they ran what was called Event 201, ladies and gents, where they ran a simulation very similar and tested out how as the world would respond to this new virus. And this test and the simulation ended up coming to be exactly what COVID-19 was.
Exactly.
Like almost identical.
Hence the glasses here, folks.
Hence the glasses. So again, these world leaders and these epidemiologists and world disease leaders or whatever experts basically predicted accidentally
We need double
a
glasses here.
COVID-19.
Yeah.
Now they ran one about, again, like I said, 6 to 7 months ago called SEERS. SEERS. It's a whole mouthful to pronounce. If I had it on hand with me right now, I'd say the name for you, but I'm not too worried about that. But it was a simulation ran where this one had a much higher likelihood of harming children and young people. Much higher likelihood of causing damage to that group.
And is much more deadly.
Yes, much more deadly to
than
that group.
COVID-19.
It was like in their simulation, it ran like 20 million children passed in this, which is horrendous. But it shows what they're capable of with biolabs and all that stuff, Wuhan, Ukraine, etc. And so they ran this. Now, of course, the media is running, they're running riot shields for the government, basically. They're running, what do they call it? Interference. They're running interference for the government. And AP News and NBC were the ones I saw personally, I looked up, where they were saying that this is not an actual pandemic. The one in 2025, this simulation that said it was going to happen in 2025 is not an actual pandemic, unlike what all the social media people say or all the other commentators say.
Right. The conspiracy theorists.
When, again, Event 201, as we said, guys, was exactly what happened with COVID-19. They ran SEERS, and it's predicting to be more deadly.
Yeah.
So why do we bring that up? Here's the thing. And I agree with this because I've heard it from Andy and I've heard it from multiple sources. What's being believed is that the government is basically testing with this COVID variant coming from Canada, this one coming up now, this fall of 2023. They're testing how many people will actually comply and who will be the people that are the outliers that do not agree with this new restrictions coming back again, the same restrictions. So they're going to run that. That probably won't be as deadly, so it won't be as big of a deal. But this SEERS one will be the time when they release it. Let's stop them before then. Let's kill them before then. Honestly, let's chipper them before then.
Yes.
One. That's one. Let's put them in the chipper before then so they can't release it. But that one, since it'll be more deadly on children, the people that were the quote-unquote anti-vaxxers and the anti-mask and all that stuff, they will be the targets of hate for the rest of the population because we're the ones saying no. We're the ones saying the government has ill will with this, and now we're going to be told you're killing children because of this SEERS virus that they're engineering.
Right. Because what better way to trigger people than killing their kids?
Because I think that's honestly my personal opinion is that they saw how much resistance they got during the original COVID-19 pandemic. They saw how much we said no. Again, there's people like Ian Smith getting on a plane, and he was like, yeah, I'm not wearing a mask. Yeah. And they treated him as a domestic terrorist. They held him up.
Same thing.
Rob O'Neill. They held these guys up at every turn they possibly could, made them walk through every hoop possible. And that was at the highest. Like the airlines were the ones that were the strictest, as we know.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought it was going to spread everywhere, even though this surgical mask, this cloth mask, let's be really honest, there's no science that proves those do anything to stop anything.
Right.
Like Wurtz and I have talked about off the show, if you actually want to protect against virus, you're going to have to put on a full hazmat suit. That's what they do to deal with actual viruses in CDC labs and disease labs and all that stuff.
Yes.
We're not wearing hazmat suits either. I can tell you that right now. If God wants me to go because I'm not wearing a hazmat suit, so be it. Yeah. I'm not wearing a goddamn hazmat suit. That's not happening.
No.
So...
Bro, can you just imagine the whole population walking around in hazmats?
But again, that was that Songbird.
True.
That Songbird movie.
True.
That I remember OG because it's now being talked about in circles again, that Songbird movie. Look it up, guys, and you can see the trailer and how much it relates to what we're dealing with the lockdowns and what we dealt with and what we'll probably deal with again. But all this to say, there's a plan here, and you cannot say yes.
Right.
Even if they start attacking you as these evil people, as these people who are misogynist, they're anti-medicine, anti-science at every turn. Racist, whatever words they want to use on you, you have to say no to this. That is the only option. With a tyrannical government, the only answer you have to handling them is a resistant population.
Yes.
That is the original idea of this country, of the United States.
And of the Second Amendment.
Of the Second Amendment. That is the main reason the Founding Fathers wrote that in. Because they had just dealt with a tyrannical government in Great Britain. They taxed them 3%, which we're already getting taxed 50+% of our income, counting sales tax, property tax, and everything else we pay, income tax, etc. And we're complacent. We're sedated, like I mentioned, as a population. So these people back in 1774-5, when it originally started, the revolution started, they wrote this in because they just dealt with a government who had oppressed their rights.
Right.
So the whole thing a large government is scared of is a resistant population.
Yes.
An armed population as well.
Mm-hmm.
A population that is personally excellent. A population that is physically fit. A population that doesn't rely on them for everything.
That is mentally fit.
That is mentally fit as well.
Yes.
And the thing is, guys, it's not even like Wurtz mentioning accountability is key here, because we can't just let people that are the most evil of the most evil on this planet live. We can't. We can't let them be around, because they'll try it again.
Right.
No matter what, they'll try it again. Because as Andy said, they're so in deep at this point in time. Bill Gates is so in deep. Fauci's so in deep. A lot of our government's in deep. Klaus Schwab's in so deep at this point in time. They have no option but to keep pushing this.
Right.
They can't just turn around.
No, not one bit. The only way it stops is them dying.
They have to.
Yes.
The real truth of the matter, and again, put us on the DT list, whatever. It doesn't matter. The real truth of the matter is these people have to be handled.
Yeah.
It is at minimum it's treasonous.
Yeah.
At minimum it's treasonous. At the more likely is that it's pure evil.
Right.
That these people are sadistic, evil pieces of shit.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else to put it.
And they're addicted to the power of it, and they're addicted to the control. Yeah, without a doubt. And what I think makes me the most angry is that they think that they know better than what we do, therefore they make choices for us without allowing us to make choices. And it's like, these people, a lot of those people were not elected either. They're just appointed
a good majority of them that we're talking about
by
here.
Other people. Fauci wasn't elected. Klaus Schwab wasn't elected to anything. BlackRock and Vanguard, they're not elected to anything, but yet they own everything. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what pisses me off the most. It's like, you don't get to make those decisions for me. Not one bit.
Not even a little bit.
No. We have a Bill of Rights. We have
Yes.
a Constitution. We have all of that. That is what we follow.
Yep.
That is who allows me to make my choices. Doesn't allow you to make my choices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'm tired of talking about it on Twitter. I'm tired of talking about it. There's a point where we need to have action.
Without a doubt.
Where the make politicians afraid again and how they serve us and they should fear us as the citizens.
Yeah.
That should be a real thing.
Absolutely.
We shouldn't just go on as talking heads, because that's what really, if we're being really honest, a good portion of the reason we're in the place we're at now is because conservatism and the Republicans or whatever have allowed us to go downhill hardcore. The progressive narrative has overwhelmed in a hardcore way. They've gotten everything they've wanted in some way over the past 50 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why we're at where we're at now. And
When the right side, when Trump was in office, they had 2 of the 3 branches of government under their control. They had the Supreme Court, they had the presidency. I don't believe they had the Senate or the House.
they had one of the 2 at some point in time, I think.
Yeah.
Or did they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
At least for two out of the 4 years.
Yeah.
They had one.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
remember now. But they had the opportunity to put a halt to all of the progressive stuff.
To prosecute people like Hillary.
And exactly. And truly, drain the swamp and all this like Trump said he was going to do. But they didn't. And I'm not saying we needed to go full-blown right side with everything either.
Because that's where we're about to head if we're not careful.
Well, sure. However, going that direction is a lot better than where we're headed now. Because at least there's morality that direction. Now, if you go too far right, just like if you go too far left, morality goes out the window regardless. Okay?
Yep.
But they had the opportunity and they chose not to. They chose not to. They chose to line their pockets. I saw this video the other day of Elizabeth Warren, a.k.a. Pocahontas, of course.
What does she point, like 1-3%?
Yeah, whatever.
Native American
Yeah,
or whatever.
0 is what it is. Look at her. Okay? So her, Lindsey Graham, what an awesome stud he is.
Super not a rhino guy.
Yeah. South Carolina, good job for continuing to put him in office.
Continuing to put him in election, yeah.
It is South Carolina, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then some third idiot who I don't even remember who it was.
Blumenthal. Rich Blumenthal.
Sure.
Yeah, he's our senator, I believe.
Yeah. We're all over in Ukraine and shaking hands with Zelensky, hugging it up, patting each other on the back like it was old college buddies.
Yeah, did you see Graham? He dapped up
Yeah,
Lindsey.
Yeah. That made me irate.
Welcome to day 2 in Mr. Frasilla's office. The wood chipper. Lindsey on the front lawn.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's just how how have the people of South Carolina continued to put that guy in office?
I have no idea.
Like,
Because I think of that as a very base state,
yeah,
a very logical, red-pilled state
yeah, without a doubt.
with good morality. But
And you're telling me
and sundresses.
you
Yeah.
just true. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Roll sundresses.
Yes.
Sundresses
Without-
2024.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt, ladies. My goodness.
Yep. Modest dresses, sundresses, all
100%.
all 2024, ladies.
100%.
That's what we're looking for. Show as little skin as possible.
Where was I even going with that? Now you got me thinking about sundresses. Damn it.
Yeah, your mind's on one topic only right now.
This guy. Shoot, dude. I honestly.
Well, no, you were talking about how in the world South Carolina, as the state they are, continues to fall for Lindsey Graham's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, how are you continuing to believe what he says when he doesn't? He clearly doesn't do it.
Well, you know what I think? You know how Roy Blunt was a big thing until he retired for here? Like,
Yeah.
he didn't. He got elected for 30, 40 years straight
Yeah,
here
you're not
in
wrong.
Missouri.
You're not
and
wrong.
And he was a cuck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he was a part of the establishment that
Without
entire
a doubt.
time.
Without
The
a
only
doubt.
reason we got somebody new is because Roy Blunt stepped down.
Yeah.
And then Hawley and Schmidt came in,
And they're just killing it up there.
especially Schmidt,
Yeah.
as we know.
Yeah. Without
Yeah.
a doubt. Eric Schmidt's a
He
really
was.
good
It was
one.
kind of funny on Andy's podcast. He was still scared to mention the accountability thing. You notice that?
I don't know. I feel like he dove into it.
He didn't say, like, yeah, these people need to be put in a chipper.
Well, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, he
of
didn't say
course not,
that.
but-
I don't know how professional that would be of him to say that, but
Eh,
you know he believes it, without a doubt.
if I heard a politician say it, vote,
Well, yeah,
signing their name right on the ballot right
Yeah.
there. So,
yeah.
truthfully,
No, there's no doubt.
but what you're talking about right now is the people in office, a good majority of them, are there for their own benefit.
Yes,
We probably have, on the high end, 20% in there that actually care about their constituents and their citizens under them. And that's at most right
Yeah.
now. Because, again, McCarthy and McConnell and Pelosi and Schumer, they're still stroking each other off
oh yeah.
at every turn they get. They're still handshaking behind the table.
Just a horrifying thought you just put into my mind. So thank you for that.
Well, you were the one thinking it. Just blame you. Take no
Sundresses to that.
Yeah. Sorry. That ruined the mood a little
We're
bit.
all over the place here, man.
But again, why do we talk about this? Why do we only bring up COVID a lot of the times? Is because we have people leading us who are only in there for their self-interest. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And we have people, like you said, that aren't even elected trying to dictate what's going on in our
making
world.
decisions.
That is insane.
Yeah, and demanding what we do, what we don't do, controlling what we do and what we don't do, controlling where we spend our money. You know, and it's just like, no, that's not how this is going to work. You know,
100%.
and it's like, how are there not more people that are thinking like this? So it's gonna be interesting to see the public reaction to this. And guys, if you don't believe us, open your eyes a little bit here. Okay,
Yep.
Take a look at the big box stores, for example. You know, the Walmarts, the Targets, things like that. Okay, these places are buying up COVID-related supplies like masks, hand sanitizers, things of that nature. Okay, they're also expanding their pickup lines. You know, like in the parking lot.
drive-through lines.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Target and Walmart.
Exactly. And I'm going to pull this up here. This was a tweet from Charlie Kirk, and it wasn't opinionated or anything, but it's just masks are now being sold at checkouts at Whole Foods in Arizona, which kind of blows my mind a little bit.
Dude, I think Arizona has had a lot of California people come down there, and that's why they're in the place they are.
Probably.
That's why.
But you would think Carrie Lake is just going to town out there.
Yeah, but again, she's one woman.
You're right.
So
100%. Hollywood is now demanding masks. Rutgers now demanding masks. Federal government buying supplies. Again, quotations there, supplies. You know, and that goes right into what I was just saying there about the big box stores. You know, these like, it's not hard to find it.
Well,
It's really not.
Along the Hollywood lines there too. Lionsgate is now requiring it.
Mm-hmm.
Lionsgate, the production
Oh, yeah.
company,
Yeah, right.
huge production company, as we know for Hollywood movies,
You're
is now requiring.
you're talking to someone that worked at a movie theater for 7 years.
Yeah.
Man. I know Lionsgate.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of the movie theater bar. That's it.
Yeah.
Miss
Yeah.
those days.
That's where that was born right there. That flag.
Yes, it was. Good
Always
days.
will be. Yes,
days.
without a doubt.
But Lionsgate was requiring masks at
Yep.
their productions and at their film sets and whatnot and all this other stuff. So you see these people that are the elite,
Mm-hmm.
in quotations, whatever that means.
Right.
You know, again, whatever understanding we're coming to with that. But the overarching thing here, because a lot of this sounds like black pill, which black pill basically is, for those of you that don't know, is, oh, the world's going to end. There's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
It's just depressing thoughts all the time.
It is. And a lot of this it can be extremely overwhelming.
Sure.
And you can almost get to a place in your mind where you're just like, there's nothing we can do. Like, we're going to die. You know, like, why are we even trying? Why are we speaking out against it? You know, why are we talking about accountability? Why are we continuing to bring up COVID and the vaccine and masks and all this other stuff? It's scary. There's without a doubt, it's scary. But guys, we cannot let that stop us. We cannot. Our generation here, and a little bit older than us too, I would say 50s and below, probably. Maybe even 40s. Let's say 50s and below. Like, we have the opportunity to flip this around, especially our generation. Like, especially that.
Yep.
You know, 30, 35 and under.
Because right now, public schools and the generation that's 18 and below is not treating them very well.
Well, those are kids.
Yeah.
You know, that's not their fight.
They don't need to be involved, but
no.
I worry.
Don't mess with the kids.
Yeah, again.
We got something for you. Yeah.
Man, do I have a medieval device for you called the guillotine. I mean, it's quick.
It is quick.
You know, if you want a quick death, that's an easy way to do it.
Nah, I'd rather go wood chipper.
That's true. Yeah, but wood chipper, again, you have to like hold them though.
True, and then you got to put gas in the wood chipper too.
Yeah, and it's kind of a waste of resources in some ways. So I love it.
And we want to protect. Oh, interesting.
SEERS joining us again.
Been a while since that happened.
Well, it's because of the episode. That's why.
Well, of course. You know, and as far as the gas for the wood chippers, like, we want to protect the environment. You know, so we're going to go all battery powered.
Right. Yeah, we believe in climate change.
Yeah, we will have a Tesla truck tow it. You know,
JT's going to drive it.
Exactly. Yep. JT will drive it. Yep.
Poor guy.
He's going to love this.
Poor guy loves lithium batteries. Loves them.
So great.
But again, you're right. Because this is the time for those of you that were pretty standoffish, whatever you want to say. You were scared. You were a little bit cowardly at the time when it came with the mask and the vaccines and all that. You stood back a little bit. This is the time for those of you that didn't stand up for that wore the mask everywhere you went, that decided to get vaccinated because your family told you to. Your Aunt Jenny decided that it was a super good idea for you to get 8 boosters, and it's totally not going to affect your heart.
Yeah.
You know, the group of you that is realizing your mistakes, this is the time for you to step up.
It is.
This is the time for you to join us in this fight against non-compliance, against a tyrannical government.
For non-compliance.
Yeah, did I say against?
Yeah. I knew what you meant. Just want to clarify there.
Well, I mean, the episode is why you should comply. So,
literally, though. No, without a doubt, this is an opportunity for that crowd, for that population to really flip their life around, you know? Because right now, people see them as the enemy. We don't, because we're still saying, like, come and join us, you know?
You have a chance.
Now, we're going to have a discussion, you know? It's not...
Sounds like soon here.
You're not just on the team, but, like, we're going to have a discussion about it, okay? And we're going to make sure that you understand what you're getting into here. And we're going to make sure you understand that, like, why we're on the right side of this time.
Yep.
As far as history goes, we are on the correct side here. Come and join us, but we're going to have a conversation about it, okay? Because it is not us against each other, it's us against them, as we've talked about plenty of times on here.
Well, and here's a large thing, too, is we need the cops, the military, to also join us in this.
Yes.
We don't need to see you cops going to protests against LGBTQ+++ minus Y, Z, whatever, events, and Christian protesters get arrested at those because apparently they're disturbing the peace or whatever.
Or at those LGB alphabet things, arresting people that are just filming what's going on. Legitimately not interfering, not doing anything incorrect, anything illegal, and yet they get arrested.
Yep, those of you that are in these agencies, cops, military, 3-letter agencies, et cetera, special forces, whatever it is, if you're in these agencies, it's your time.
Yes.
Are you going to serve a government that does not care about you?
Yeah.
That is more concerned with you following a tranny as an admiral and more concerned with you having diversity training as part of your military. Do you want to follow that? Or are you going to stand with the citizens, which is what your job is?
Exactly.
That is what you were called to do.
Yes.
Your job was not to be at the government's beck and call.
Protect and serve.
And it wasn't protect and serve those in bunkers.
No.
It wasn't protect and serve them. It was protect the citizens.
Yeah.
So it's time for you to make a choice. Those of you that are in law enforcement agencies, military, etc.
Yeah.
3-letter agencies. It sounds like it's coming.
Yeah.
Whether it's SEERS or whether it's this fall, you got to make a choice. Because if I see videos of cops arresting people for not having a mask on, we know what side you're on.
Exactly. It's pretty easy to tell.
And at some point in time, we're going to group you onto one group.
Yeah.
And we're not going to know better the one cop out of the entire department of 30 men. We're not going to know what side you're on. So you got to choose pretty obviously here.
Yes.
There's no bootlicking bullshit going on here with us at all.
No.
There is no back the blue if you start arresting people for wearing masks or not wearing masks. Excuse me.
Right. 100%, dude. So I don't know. What do we think? Should we comply or should we not comply this time?
Oh, it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking no.
Yeah.
thinking no.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
No go.
No, absolutely not.
No boosters.
Absolutely not, guys.
No vaccine. No mask.
No.
Nothing.
No, none of it.
Because we know you don't. We know, Mr. Fauci, you don't have our best interests in mind. We know you don't.
Damn, what a special guy that is.
Yeah, and then his daughter was on. They brought his daughter on like a year or two after all the 2020 started, and she was like basically saying he was doing this for the best of everybody and all this stuff.
gosh.
So they brought on the emotional bullshit on there and whatnot. Have his daughter back him up as a good guy, even though he's this 80 million-year-old scumbag who thinks he can dictate what we do in this world.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry, he got pharma payments. Chipper. His fate's already sealed.
Oh,
it's over for Fauci. There's no debating where his position is. It's death.
No, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Well, guys, if you don't know where you stand right now, hopefully we can sway you in the correct direction here. All right, this has nothing to do with political parties, political views, nothing like that. This is morality versus immorality. And pretty soon here it could be life and death. So choose correctly. If you guys have any questions about anything we just discussed, we will link the Alex Jones clip. We'll find a way to get that in there for you guys so that you guys can actually see that and just hear him talk about it and whatnot. So we will be sure to do that. Guys, just keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. Okay, pay attention to what these articles are saying, what the video is saying. If you still watch the mass media, just tread lightly a little bit. Again, pay attention.
Even Fox News.
Yeah, 100% even Fox News.
Cable TV ratings keep going down, and it's time for everybody to be off that.
There's a reason Tucker is exploding on Twitter.
Yep. Because he's not state propaganda.
No.
Because that's what mainstream media is.
Exactly.
It's state propaganda.
Yes. Joe Rogan, the same thing. Even Andy's show, same thing. Alex Jones, like you said, he's not really being. What was the word you used earlier?
What do you mean? Like he's not as crazy anymore? Is it?
No. Like he's not being like frowned upon as much now.
Oh yeah. No, very true. Yeah. He's just not. He's not as attacked as he used to be.
Attacked. Maybe that's what you said.
Yeah. He's basically not as demonized as he used to be.
Because people are like, oh man, what if he did have a point there?
Because he called a lot of these lockdowns and whatnot years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, way before 2020.
Yeah.
He called a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
He said that, again, his thing is if you give them the government power, they're going to do these things. And surprise, surprise, they did.
Yeah.
2 weeks slow spread.
Yeah. 2 weeks. That's it. 14 days.
Just 2 weeks on the airlines. That's it.
Yep.
You'll wear a mask for 2 weeks and we're done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not fine with that bullshit again.
Yep. Nope. Not one bit. So, guys, at the end of all of our episodes, Money Mitch will ask us a Q&A question that is submitted by you guys, the listeners or the viewers. You guys can submit those questions to us on Instagram at untapped.llp. You can also submit them to our personal Instagrams. If you have our numbers, you can certainly text them to us as well. We give all of the questions to Mitch. He has a nice little pile over there. He finds one that'll fit in with the episode, picks that, and then he asks us.
Do you guys think aliens are real?
Man, we're going full Alex Jones now, huh?
Apparently so. Space lasers, everything.
They created the fires.
Everything blue.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Glasses are on.
Allegedly,
yes.
Allegedly.
Thought we'd stick with the conspiracy theme.
Are aliens real?
Yeah, do you think they're real?
Do I care right now?
That's not the question.
No, I know it's not. I'm just prefacing.
Huh?
Yeah. I mean, because the only problem. So the only problem I have with this question is that the government told us they were real.
They told us they're not real.
Well, remember in the hearings, recent hearings?
Well, now, yes.
Yeah.
But like forever, I mean.
Forever they did. Yeah. Now the government said in these hearings. So it's hard for me to now believe that they are. I would say we're not alone in this universe.
Yeah.
I would personally say so.
Mhm.
Just logically, anyways, I would say we're not. But I don't know if they look like the Green Goblin from Spider-Man.
Yeah. I mean, or like the Martians with the crazy
like
ears.
Willem
and all
Dafoe.
that. Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would say no.
You don't think so?
I don't think they look like that. Now, I'm with you there. Like if we're not living in a dome or in a sphere,
Right.
Like the Truman Show
Or the Matrix.
I would like to think that we are on a real planet, not in a simulation, and that the sky at night is real, okay, and all the stars and all that, the planets are real. I would like to think that, okay, because that's something I personally really enjoy. You look at all the stars that are out there; those are all supposed to be suns, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Different galaxies.
You're telling me we can even see some other galaxies for that matter. You're telling me that there's no other life anywhere. Now, what Christians will say is that God created a perfect universe just for us. Okay, so
I can see the argument there.
In that case, then no, we would not, or there would not be aliens. We are alone. That's
Sure.
That can be the troublesome part of this type of a question or argument. I logically though, I think about it in the way like there's no way we're alone.
Yeah, and if we believe in an omnipotent God as well as Christians, who's to say that he didn't create all the universes?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
Because I don't think we'll actually know until we go to heaven. Realistically,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't think so, anyways. But yeah, I would say because, and recently it's been a little bit more of a belief on my part that they're real because of like the Sean Ryan show. He brings on a lot of guys who talk about technology that's light years ahead of where we're at now, that's buried in government bunkers and all these secret facilities and whatnot. So, I mean, after all the stuff they've lied to us about, I would imagine they have access to AI that's way ahead of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They have access to technology like weapons that are way ahead of where we're at now, not just an AR and whatnot. I would imagine that. But I also would imagine that the aliens don't even want to deal with us right now because we can't decide if a man is a woman or a woman is a man.
Exactly.
Or like I would imagine they're like, what the hell is going on down there? And they're like, nah, I'm good.
What's funny is, they would probably come here and be like, we're here to overthrow your government. We'd be like, okay, we're
please.
allies then. Yeah. Here's your jersey. We're on the same team, pal. Like, let's do it.
We'll join you.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's go. If you have cool ships like they do in Avengers, like, can I ride on one?
We have names for you.
Yeah.
If you need it, we have names of people you need to take down.
Literally. Yeah. Here's your list.
We can help.
Start here.
Yeah. It's just this rolled
Santa
out list.
Claus list. Yeah. A huge
Presents and
scroll.
whatnot. Yeah. That's what I imagine would go.
Oh, 100% no.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, I would almost, because I find space stuff really cool. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I took an astronomy class and a lab in college. Like, it's super interesting to me. So I think the idea is kind of cool to think about.
Definitely.
It's also like terrifying in a way.
Sure.
Because like, wow, what if there are other beings out there? I agree with you. They're not these like green, freaky looking people things.
Yeah.
I
Who
also-
knows, honestly?
who
what they look
knows?
Like, yeah.
I also
It
doubt,
was like Voldemort without their nose. and whatnot.
literally.
I don't know.
No, literally. I mean, they could for all for all we know, but they also could look like the bad guys in the Avengers movies. Like just insane
Yeah,
looking.
it could be Thanos.
Yeah, or Dormammu, just a figure
If
in
it's
the sky.
Dormammu, excuse my language, but we are fucked if it's Dormammu. I mean, we got bigger issues to worry about if it's Dormammu. Oh, man. I mean,
Doctor Strange just was going through it with him, dude.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Just gets killed for the 437th time. Poor guy.
It's so funny.
I mean, come on.
It's
we
such a
sent
funny-
Benedict Cumberbatch through that. Like, why do we have to do that to him?
So funny. I don't know. I don't know what I think. I think that it would be very hard to believe that we are alone in this universe.
I agree. I wouldn't say it's one of my top concerns right now. I mean,
No.
because obviously you and I don't have a spaceship we can go handle the aliens with.
Let's build one.
We should. Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be
Okay.
dope.
Let's start tonight.
Yeah, that could be one of our goals on our vision board.
Deal.
To build a spaceship.
Just for the three of us.
Yeah, just for three of us. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Mitch said he's in.
Yeah. or he said he's not producing anymore after this. One of
These
the two.
guys are freaking idiots, man.
Honestly, yeah, I would have a hard time believing we're alone as well.
Yeah.
Just logical thought.
Yep.
But again, I think we could be homies with them if they're real.
Yeah.
I think so.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think I'd dap up an alien for sure. Yeah.
Money Mitch.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are
Yeah, what do you
aliens
think?
real?
I think Thanos is out there. Yeah.
Purple chin and all?
Yeah. Yeah. Ball sack chin and all.
It does look like a nutsack on his chin, bro.
That's why
That's crazy.
Star-Lord says that.
Yeah. He would pull
Bro,
up.
Chris Pratt is
And
a
he
gem.
calls him the McDonald's character, the purple McDonald's.
Grimace.
Grimace.
Yeah. He called him Grimace.
The amount of people that it just blew by them
yeah.
in the theater. It's like, did no one just hear him call him Grimace? Like, that is freaking gold.
Look here, Grimace.
Yeah.
And Chris Pratt's bass, so even better.
True.
Yeah.
Very, very true. Yes.
Even better.
Yes.
Yeah, but you think it's just Thanos, Mitch?
Yeah. He'd come up to me and, Mitchell, you're not the only one blessed with knowledge. That's what he would say to me. You know of me?
All right. So that is going to be episode 21.
Iron Mitch. Instead of Iron Man, it's Iron Mitch.
That's right.
He doesn't even try to conceal his identity. He'd have the ego like Tony would.
Oh, 100%.
Dude, any one of us would.
You know what's so funny? Tony was just itching at that press conference. He's like, it's screwed. I'm Iron Man. At that first movie,
Yeah.
he's like, I gotta say it.
Yeah.
I gotta tell everybody I
You're
have this
talking when
suit.
he like stops sales to the Middle East and stuff.
That too.
That we're talking about.
Yeah, that too. And he was like, he like was up at the press conference. He was like, because they were asking if it was like his bodyguard or whatever in the first Iron Man movie. Yeah, and he's like,
you think Happy would fit into the Iron Man suit? I mean, come on, guys.
John Favreau's a beast, but
He's not fitting into the Iron Man suit.
But he's not fitting in that suit. Yeah.
Unless we make a fat one.
Now Rhodey, on the other hand, War Machine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's fit.
Yes.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Is it just Thanos, Mitchell, or is it like Gamora? I hope it's Gamora. I'd wheel her.
What?
I hope it's Zoe Saldana
All right,
in
can we
alien form.
wrap this up here?
Yes. Yes. All right. So there's the consensus. We basically all believe that there are aliens. Yes.
Hopefully it's Gamora.
Yeah. Gosh damn it, dude. She's green though. I
Maybe-
just said
maybe
they don't
Nebula.
look like they're green people.
Yeah. Yeah, but she looks like a human. She's green.
Okay.
He definitely likes the bug lady.
Oh, that is weird. It's Mantis, isn't it? Is her name Mantis?
Yes,
Yeah, she's so weird. Oh my word. She's like those quirky emo goth chicks in alien form.
Yeah, he likes that baggage.
Does your friend often do that? Talking about Doctor Strange, like doing his.
He's just
freaky
tweaking.
thing.
Yeah. But he's over there on LSD, just floating the clouds. Yeah, I just took a trip through the time stone. Okay, sure you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You took a trip there.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Anyway, guys. So obviously you get to see all sides of us here in this podcast. If this is your first one with us, we talk about a lot of serious shit. We also talk about a lot of funny shit. And we get to showcase our personalities a bit.
Because you can't always be serious, as we
Yeah,
talk about the black pill.
You got to be able to be funny. Wow.
Be able, funny, be funny. Yeah.
Oh, God. Anyway, guys, if you found value out of this, which I know you did, please share the show, okay? Spotify and Apple Music make it super, super easy to share it to your Instagram stories. Also, if you watch it on YouTube, you can take a screenshot, you can take a picture, then post that to your stories. Text it to people, talk to people about us, guys. It really helps us grow, and that growth is very, very important to continue to get these messages out, regardless of the type of episode that we put out on any given week. So, guys, until next time, peace out.
Thanks, ladies and gents.